Just pull up a chair.
We have friends over at Marvel that sent us the original audition footage of you.
Rare footage, chat. Rare footage part 2.
Yeah. You have the audition tape? No!
Do we?
Please tell me y'all aren't gonna play that.
No one really enjoys watching old footage of themselves, even when it's the audition that launched them into fame. And as you'll see, it's just as uncomfortable as you'd expect. Spider-Man auditions brought in 7,500 tapes and 200 actors, but Tom Holland's spontaneous backflip clinched it. And watching that audition back, 100 actors. Spider-Man auditions brought in 7,500 tapes and 200 actors, but Tom Holland's
7,500 tapes, chat. They had to sort through, figure out the best fit.
Spontaneous brought in 7,500 tapes and 200 actors, but Tom Holland's spontaneous
7,000 tapes, people sending it. You can do that too, chat. You can be at home, make a video. You pay $200 and you get an agency and you're sending auditions for movies that you're interested in. They'll do all the work. They'll text you and say, this week we're doing auditions, for The Sopranos, let's just say. And you're like, okay, I'll take it. And you just come online, you do a quick 10-minute call. You can do that on a lunch break. You can literally tell your coworker, hey, listen, I got something to do today. You don't got to tell them too much. I got something to do today. I'm going to take my lunch at an unexpected time. But it'll be my 30. That'll be the only time I take lunch. Boom, you get the text. 2 o'clock. You go take your call real quick. Knock it out. Auditions, chat. They went through auditions. And he's one of the few that actually sent the tape. So the 200 people that they saw in person, they didn't even pick someone they saw in person.
Clinched it. And watching that audition back shows him the exact moment he became a superhero.
Wait, before we get started, hey, come on, stop. That's no starting.
No, I got it.
Oh, okay, so a constant stream of graphite to control.
Yeah, it's me.
No,
You could see the nervousness.
Speaking of Toms, we all know Tom Hiddleston as the infamous god of mischief, but what people forget is that he originally auditioned for Thor. Ultimately, he was offered to play Loki instead, and as they say, the rest is history.
You were telling me backstage that when you auditioned for Thor, you actually auditioned for Thor.
I did. Yes, I did. But the remit was, if you're over 6 foot and you've got blonde hair and you know, you could come and have a pop at it. So I actually auditioned. I never auditioned for Loki. I only ever auditioned for Thor.
We have friends over at Marvel that sent us.
Chat, they love that. They love that word over there. I'm just gonna pop this in the oven real quick, and once I'm done with this, I'll pop that back out. I'm just gonna pop this over here. They love that word. Yeah, I took a pop at it.
Original audition footage of you auditioning.
While starting my first of 5 successful businesses, I foolishly did my own accounting.
Jim, put a pin in it.
This has never been shown. This has never been shown.
And remember, you chose this. For Outland!
I think we can all agree that they cast the right actor.
Megan Fox landed one of the biggest action roles of her career with Transformers, but when she auditioned, let's just say Michael Bay's priorities were interesting, to put it mildly.
The only thing Mike asked me when I was reading with him and
show more belly.
auditioning, he just asked me if I could run. He's like, can you run? I was like, well, yeah, I think so. And the other thing he asked me, he goes, do you have a nice stomach? And I said, well, in my opinion, yes, I do. So I figured I'm going to be running, hopefully not naked, but I'll be running in a belly shirt, maybe.
I guess Michael Bay and I have very similar tastes. Matthew McConaughey had no idea that this audition tape from his university days would launch him into stardom, and revisiting it decades later is pure nostalgia.
Hey man, whose car is this? You know Bobby?
Hey, man.
Hey, what's up? How's it going?
Say, man, you got a joint?
No, not on me one.
It'd be a lot cooler if you did. There's Pickford, that stoner. I know he's got some game. I love that high school girls, man. I keep getting older, but they stay the same age.
Man, that was 1992, 28 years ago.
Sheesh.
And you thought you might just have a little 3-day job for a summer hobby. And 28 years later, I still got a little summer job that turned into a career.
Right.
Long before he became one of the biggest names in Hollywood, Leonardo DiCaprio was grinding through auditions like everyone else, hoping to finally land his first major role.
Do you remember the audition when you first met De Niro?
I remember there was a mustard jar scene, and he had to jam a mustard jar in my eye repeatedly. The script sort of didn't call for it, but I got up and he said, "Now, is it empty? Is it empty?" And I got up and I screamed, "No!" Like completely unnecessary, but I screamed in his face, and I sat there, with my head, looking like a red tomato, and everyone started laughing at me in the entire room. De Niro, everybody was in hysterics, and I sat there frozen thinking, oh my God, I just screwed this entire opportunity up. And then, Bob, in traditional De Niro fashion, kind of just looked at me and went, it's good, it's good, it's good.
But just when he thought his audition days were over, James Cameron set the record straight that no one gets a free pass, not even Leo.
So Leo came in, of course, charmed everybody, myself included. He didn't know he was going to test. He came in, he thought it was another meeting to meet Kate. And he said, "You mean I'm reading?" And I said, "Yeah." He said, "Oh, I don't read." Well, I said, "Well," I shook his hand. I said, "Well, thanks for coming by. If I don't read, I don't get the part, just like that." And I said, "Oh, yeah. Come on, I'm not gonna get up by making the wrong decision in casting, so you're gonna read or you're not gonna get the part." He's like, "Oh, okay." He's like, every ounce of his entire being is just so, negative. Right up until I said action, and then he turned into Jack. I'm like, all right, he's the guy.
Robert Downey Jr.'s Iron Man audition became the foundation of the MCU, and watching it now shows the exact moment Marvel found the face of their franchise.
Are you going to ignore all those advances that were spawned from military funding?
Wow. Wow, you really have all of this down. You ever lose an hour of sleep your whole life?
I gotta tell you, is that thing running? You're never gonna get me in the sack with that attitude. Coup d'etat?
When Robert revisited that same audition years later, his perspective on how it all came together showed just how pivotal that moment really was.
For that one instant, I had to psych myself into that there was nobody else on earth had a chance. Right. I was too prepared. I was too confident.
Was it a great audition, in your opinion?
I think, obviously it went pretty well.
Explain this to me, because I'm not an actor and I don't understand. Would you go and study a confident tycoon and kind of take on his persona? Is that a way of getting to that character?
I was just thinking, this is me, and I am in this situation.
That's what you do.
Absolutely.
Before he haunted Gotham as Scarecrow, Cillian Murphy tried out for Batman, and in hindsight, he landed exactly where he belonged.
You were in the
tried
Christopher
for
Nolan, Dark Knight films.
I don't think I knew
playing
that.
the Scarecrow. I did not realize you auditioned to play Batman.
Well, yes, amongst many other actors. Yeah. It was obvious that Christian Bale was going to be Batman. At that time, it was clear, and he's such a magnificent Batman and Bruce Wayne. But I did get to I think it was the Val Kilmer suit I tried on, which they had to adjust.
Well, let's rewind back and see what Cillian Murphy looks like in the Batman suit.
Who was with Falcone at the docks? Cho murdered my parents, and they deserve...
Don't pretend you wanted to do this for them.
But it's a weird thing. You put it on, you put the cowl on.
What was that?
And, the voice drops. Drops a couple of octaves. So that's it. You can't do the Batman voice without doing the Batman.
Yeah. That's why I couldn't do it, because I'd be like, I'm Batman. They'd be like, no, you're not. Get out of here.
The best there is at what I do, but what I do isn't very nice.
Cut, you got it. Yeah.
Great, got it?
No, that's
Brando
funny.
was kind of an innovator.
Genius.
Yeah.
It's hard.
He trotted through the twilight woods,
His thick, russet tail, a mark of his prime.
I don't remember that in the movie.
It's hard to imagine anyone but Hugh Jackman playing Wolverine, but back when he auditioned, he questioned whether playing a mutant with metal claws was the right career move.
But I went for the audition, and I said, yeah, but Anna Paquin, this is Ian McKellen, Patrick Stewart, you know, this is the director of Usual Suspects. I said, there's got to be more to this. You know, I'd only read 3 pages too.
What did you do? You walked around. I know your wife told you not to take the part because it
she said don't do the audition.
Yeah.
She said you're at the Royal National Theatre and you got freaking claws coming out of your hands.
Like, plus, you knew nothing about Wolverine. You thought it was about wolves. You thought you were playing a wolf.
No, he thought it was a band.
I never heard of X-Men. I didn't know there was an animal called a Wolverine. I thought it was like one of those Shazam. It's a made-up like comic book animal or something. And I came to set after studying wolves, and I had this whole physicality.
Yeah.
And I was doing like a rehearsal, and the director goes, what are you doing with your body, man? And I said, oh, you know, I was just thinking the wolves, the way they're always smelling, and they're looking down because they're actually smelling the ground. And he goes, wolves? You're a Wolverine? I said, well, there's no such thing. And he goes, yeah, there is. Go to the zoo down the road, man. There's 4 of them down there.
But what most people don't know is that Russell Crowe famously passed on the role and gave it to Hugh, proving sometimes the best thing an actor can do is get out of the way.
It said that Russell Crowe was the original. They wanted him to be Wolverine. Is that true?
Absolutely.
And Russell Crowe called you and said, hey, you ought to go in on this part.
He didn't call me. He called Brian Singer, the director. He said, listen, I don't want to do it, but you should look at this guy.
And the other role, famously, Wolverine, which Hugh Jackman, of course, has done a brilliant job with, right?
Brilliant.
We agree.
And there's no way I would have ever done that.
Why?
Even if I'd done the film, I wouldn't have carried it through with the grace and the direction that Hugh gave.
You would only do it once.
Possibly.
You're lucky to get an audition. Then you get it. You get there. You walk into a room full of guys that look just like you. You realize you're not the only one that wore the cowboy hat. Then before you go in, you hear the casting director negotiating the deal for the guy that already got the part.
Yeah.
Turns out Jared Leto already got it.
Yeah.
You know? Then you go in, you think you're doing an act. You just think, I'll do it as an act.
Chat, Ryan would know. Is it actually Jared Leto? Because I'm pretty sure me and everybody else have been calling him Jared Leto.
Jared Leto already got it.
Yeah.
You know? Then you go in, you think you're doing an act. You just think, I'll do it as an acting exercise. You go to your car, you got a parking ticket because the street cleaning sign has been covered by the auditions this way sign. Then you get in your car, you change, you muster up, the guts to go back to go to another one, and you wait in traffic for 2 hours and you go through it again.
Before Lucas Gage landed roles in The White Lotus, Euphoria, and You, he was a struggling actor grinding through auditions, and one Zoom call exposed exactly how brutal that journey could be.
These poor people live in these tiny apartments. Like, I'm looking at his, background, and he's got his TV and.
Yeah, mute it. I know it's a shitty apartment. That's why give me this job so I can get a better one. All right.
But instead of letting it slide, Lucas shared it on social media and made sure the casting director's ego took the hit it deserved. Following the backlash, the director had no choice but to publicly apologize. It really shows how harsh the industry can be. Looking back at old videos is universally uncomfortable, and Owen Cooper's adolescence audition was no exception, even if it did make him a star.
How do you feel about watching yourself, by the way? Oh my God, look at you!
Oh. Look at my head.
Why is your hair doing that?
Because that's what my head used to look like. I hate that.
Okay, well you're not supposed to like looking at yourself. But that was great.
That was the one that got me the part, I think.
Really?
Apparently, yeah.
But that's literally Jamie.
In competitive auditions, actors look for ways to be unforgettable, and Jason Momoa found his edge for Game of Thrones by doing something completely unexpected.
Because obviously I'm a huge fan of Game of Thrones. I saw the other day the video of your audition for Game of Thrones.
Oh yeah.
You did the hacker.
Yeah.
It's the coolest audition I've ever seen.
I was unsure if I was going to do it. I asked my buddy, and he's like, yeah, you got to do it. But it was weird because it was just 2 little nice ladies recording, and I'm like, oh, do you mind if I try something first before we do the audition? And they're like, oh, please, be delighted. And then I just start getting into it, which is...
The haka is a powerful Maori war chant, and the audition tape of Jason unleashing it shows exactly why he got the role.
It'd have been nice if you told us that first.
Everyone knows Christopher Nolan keeps his projects under lock and key.
Hey, with him dancing around looking like that, he definitely could go for Sabretooth, Wolverine's brother. But anyways, the real question as an interviewer, someone should have asked him, how long did it take for you to get this down packed? Because it's important to show the dedication it took to get a role. He had to learn this. He had to memorize it. Then he had to have the guts to go through with it. Pardon me. And he did.
Everyone knows Christopher Nolan keeps his projects under lock and key, and Anne Hathaway learned that the hard way when she discovered the role she auditioned for wasn't exactly what she expected.
Is it true that
Taxes?
Did she audition for Harley?
Taxing.
That the audition was quite a tense process for you getting that role?
No.
Because I read somewhere that you were thinking it would be Harley Quinn.
Oh, yeah, that part. Yes. And I came in and I had this lovely Vivienne Westwood kind of, beautiful but kind of mad tailoring top with like stripes going everywhere. And I wore these like flat kind of jokery looking shoes. And I was just kind of trying to give Chris like these crazy little smiles. And then about an hour into the meeting, he goes, well, I'm sure I don't have to tell you this, but it's Catwoman. And I was like, shifting into a different gear right now.
I'd started to develop this absolute terror of auditions, which I'm sure a lot of actors.
Chat, we need the tapes. Pull it up, chat. We need the files. Release the files. You're telling me you had Anne Hathaway, the beautiful Anne Hathaway, the talented Anne Hathaway, performing for over an hour? And even if it's under, give or take 30 to 40 minutes. And the whole time she's trying to give you Harley Quinn until Chris finally decided. I wonder if in his mind he thought, let's just see where this goes. Let's just see. Maybe she steals the show, steals the movie, and I go, you know what? You need to be Harley Quinn. Maybe he just thought, let's see where this goes. Best case scenario, we took 30 minutes of our time and you gave a shot at a different role, but obviously I'll tell you, I want you to be Catwoman. Which, by the way, she did a great job.
And I'd kind of could be so enthusiastic about something, and then the day of the audition, just my confidence would just entirely collapse. The same thing happened the morning of the Twilight audition. I used to live on my agent's couch at the time in her apartment. And,
I was gonna troll. I was gonna say, what's her name?
I don't want to go to the audition anymore.
He told us.
And then underneath it saying,
it wasn't her.
Find a Valium in my bathroom. I'd never taken a Valium before. I just remember just feeling so glorious in the back of the taxi with the window open and just being like, wow, this is what I've been missing.
Have you ever wanted to learn the secrets of the Jedi? To give you an idea of what that might be like, I thought I'd go back to the very beginning, my original audition.
This begins interesting. Hans, maybe you should just drop us off. I'm sure we'll...
Did I call him Hans? Why did I call him Hans instead of...
Chad, did he just give us like an infomercial? Like, did he just give us like an advertisement of his own audition tape? I mean, if that's not selling it, I don't know what is.
All through the shoot, people were going, is it Han or Han? Is it Chewbacca or Chewbacca?
Fear is their greatest defense.
Here.
I doubt if the actual security there is much greater than on Aquilar or Sullus, and what there is most likely directed towards a lost soul.
Who talks like this?
Everyone knows Beyonce as a music legend, and not for Austin Powers cameos. So when an interviewer revealed she had her audition tape, Beyonce's reaction revealed exactly how she felt about reliving it.
Go into the Austin Powers archives.
Yes, we do.
And find the audition tape.
What?
Yeah.
You didn't see where that was going.
No! Please tell me y'all aren't gonna play that.
Yeah, baby!
I know.
Yes! The technical jive make you ready! Yes!
I'm sorry.
Sorry.
You were laughing a lot, weren't you?
Yeah. Sometimes that happens when I'm uncomfortable.
Before becoming one of Hollywood's highest grossing actors, 11-year-old Scarlett
If I had to say the top thing I see in women for uncomfortable women, not danger uncomfortable, not life threatening uncomfortable, but if I had to say uncomfortable women, nervous. We should call it nervous. Nervous in any situation, flirty, strangers, meeting, work. If there's the number one thing I see in women when they're uncomfortable is laughter. And because we love women and they're beautiful to us, that they just get away with it, and we don't even go, what's so funny? Like, you'll never hear someone ask, like, in the middle of something going on and a woman is uncomfortable and she just keeps overly laughing, like smiling, just like that, laughing, like really laughing, like everything. She was laughing as if everything was hitting, and some of his jokes might have been. But yeah, it's just one of those things women do, and they get away with it, and there's nothing wrong with that. But like, if a grown man came into a room, especially the more brolic he is, the huskier he is, if he just started laughing at every single thing because he's uncomfortable, that would just stick out like a sore thumb. It's just something that we just let it slide when it comes to women. But yeah, I see it all the time, bro. All the time. They'll start laughing for nothing. But I mean, why not?
Hansen auditioned for Jumanji and lost to Kirsten Dunst. But when one door closes, another opens, and that definitely turned out to be the case for her.
You auditioned for
was in
Jumanji.
Robin Williams'
The role went
Jumanji.
to Kirsten Dunst.
That is true.
As
I
a
didn't
kid,
know that.
did you go to see Jumanji after?
Yeah, I saw
you did?
Jumanji, but I liked
Yeah, of
it. I
course.
liked Jumanji.
Yes, but do you sit there and go, motherfuckers, why didn't they take
No,
me?
I wasn't
No.
bitter enough at then.
Yeah, now you're
Now I'm bitter.
Before he became TV's ultimate villain,
At least you're
Anthony
honest.
Starr tested for James Bond alongside A-listers like Henry Cavill and Sam Worthington. But his take on that audition proves nobody judges us harder than ourselves.
It also recently emerged, and I don't know how you feel about this, but your audition for James Bond came out, Anthony.
Vodka martini, shaken not stirred. And for you?
The same. Thank you, Mr.
The name's Bond. James Bond.
I don't know how to feel about that coming out. It's very strange that they even let it out. It doesn't bother me, really. I mean, look, we all start somewhere.
You sure?
so
Because
it
you
is
sound
what it
like a
is,
lawsuit is brewing.
It
Pre-lawsuit.
is one of the worst readings of Bond, James Bond, you'll ever see. Stone-faced piece of wood, just Bond, James Bond.
Thanks for watching. Let me know who's your favorite actor.
Sounds like
Everything
something.
is supposed to go away eventually.
Sounds like something that the puntastic man would say. Bomb. James bombed. Bombed at a comedy show. What the freak is his name? Oh man. Protect our parks. We might be drunk, something like that. What the freak is his name? Help me out, chat. Hilarious, funny comedian. I can't think of it. But 100%, when he said Bond, I just thought, because he's quick with his puns. Pull it up. That's where I get that from. Pull it up. He always says that. Telling Jamie to pull it up. Yeah, but bomb. James bombed. I feel like it starts with an M. I'm seeing an M. Y'all remember when the beautiful Erykah Badu trolled AK for no reason? No reason. Just came into a healthy place and just decided to troll him. I'm seeing this, and I'm hearing noises, and I'm thinking cheese. All that to tell the man he reminded her of Tom. From Tom and Jerry, the little mouse. Funny part about that is, I would roll the dice and say that she must have came across his page, when she was trying to, figure out, her team is telling her, this is where you're going, everyday struggle, complex news. And chances are she came across some of his content and seen someone comment that in the comment section. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe she just thought of that. But there was just no way she sat there for like over an hour just telling this man, you remind me of someone. He's thinking, maybe this is a cool thing. Maybe this is kind of, something that me and you are on. A level we feel. No. Alright, chat. Oh, don't go nowhere. Hold up. Hold up. Of course, right? Of course. Alright, we got it. Oh. When your friend uses you as a job reference. Let's check it out.
Alright, bro, I'm about to hop off. But remember, I put you down as a reference for this new job I applied to, bro. Pull through for me.
I got you.
Like, for real. My mom said she's gonna kick me out if I don't get a job soon, yo. Need you to pull through. I lied my ass off saying I had experience on the application.
Alright.
Alright. Lock in, for real.
Hello?
Hi, is this Trey Red?
Yes, speaking.
Okay, you were put down as a reference on the application of Malik Miller. And we believe he will be a great pilot for Delta Airlines. But I just wanted to ask you first if...
Excuse me?
Oh, I said it seemed like he would be a good pilot for Delta Airlines. Looking at his resume, he seems very qualified. But first, I just wanted to ask you, what do you think makes him such a great pilot, being that it says that you were his co-pilot for many years? Hello, sir? Sir, are you there?
Yeah, the thing about him, he loves getting high.
Okay, he loves flying, okay.
He loves getting high, and nothing stops him from it, Like, no amount of turbulence in his life.
Okay, skillful.
He gets high.
Wow.
And...
Wow.
When he lands and he touches down from getting high, he's ready to get high again.
Work ethic. Work ethic.
So he's very persistent.
Perseverance. Wow. Listen, just meeting him and reading his resume, we pretty much already wanted to hire him. That's why I think he would be fit to fly our largest aircraft that we have at Delta Airlines. I just wanted to call you for the final confirmation that he will be capable.
How many people does that plane hold?
Approximately 330 people. Yes, 330 souls. It takes off in 4 days, and my grandmother will actually be on board for her first flight. Who are you talking to? Oh, Granny, I'm talking to the friend of that pilot that I told you about. You want to say hello? Of course. Hello? I just want to say God bless the both of you. Because I have been so terrified to fly, but when I read the things he has done in his life, it just makes me grateful. So thank you. All right, well, we don't want to take up too much of your time, but yeah, your friend is an angel. An angel on
No,
earth.
he's not. No, he's not. He's not. That nigga is the devil. Okay? He is a demon walking amongst us, all right? He is a liar, a deceiver. Okay? I'm sorry that I played along with this, but I can't anymore. He is the most selfish nigga I know. Okay? I can't even trust this nigga to fly a plane on Grand Theft Auto. Alright? I don't know what ChatGPT ass fucking resume he sent y'all. But no. Don't do it. I'm sorry.
Wow. He said you would make a joke like that in the interview. Okay, alright, you have a nice day.
No.
It's like you're working against me. Malik, he always got proper names. I forget the name. Malik Williams. Like, some people, it's the little details. You could be sloppy when you're making comedy. You could be a little sloppy, or you could pay attention to the particulars. He's on top of his game. Get out.